Civil society has to participate in this, and we have been involving them in a on a very large scale. Association for Democratic Reform, which I mentioned, it's a group of 1,200 NGOs, and they work very closely with us. The moment a candidate files his nomination, he submits two affidavits along with the form. One is about his criminal antecedent, the other is about his financial antecedent. We immediately put it on the website, on the notice board, and we give a copy to the ADR. Now they do an analysis and then go to the media. Look, these are your candidates, choose carefully. So civil society is working very closely. I've mentioned some civil society, the MOUs which we have in Andhra Pradesh, in Haryana. This one itself is a great work they are doing, janagraha. They're doing a wonderful job. And we would like not only electoral roll to be improved, but voter participation, in the voter turnout. In some in metros, 30%, 35, 40% people only come out to vote. So obviously they are representative of such constituencies will not be really representing the people. But in a constituency where 80% or 85% turnout, they throw up a real good representative. So in Tamil Nadu, for instance, civil society played a very active part. We were able to check money power largely because of the support we got from the civil society. Same people who are being offered money or saris or dhoti, they were the people who were complaining to us. I was receiving 300 SMSs every day or emails on my BlackBerry. And we were responding to all of them immediately because they were information that such and such money or liquor or whatever is being distributed. If civil society was not so alert, we would not have been able to apprehend and seize the money that we did. For criminal, we have one of the reform proposals which is very ripe now, is to debar criminals from contesting. And we have proposed that at least those cases where very serious cases are involved, which will lead to imprisonment of 5 years or more. And to guard against false cases which sometimes political parties foist on each other, to guard against that, we will ensure only those cases where a court of law has framed charges, because court of law is independent. And such cases should have been registered 6 months before the election.
Well, I think all of us in the urban area must realize that unless we go to the electoral office, register ourselves, and unless we go to the polling booth on the election day and vote, we will not be exercising a very important responsibility that we have, and that is to vote and elect our representatives to the state assemblies or parliament or the city council or whatever it is. Therefore, it is very, very important that every one of us gets registered in the election process and we go and vote. I think Janagraha is all about urban governance improvement and therefore improvement of engagement between citizens and the urban governance system, and they have come out with several innovative ideas, and therefore this whole scheme of having a TV or a radio where people can call in and get their issues addressed or sorted out is a wonderful idea. I encourage it. Thanks.
I would like to say that the task is so gigantic across the country and even more difficult in Karnataka and more specifically in Bangalore, that the role of the civil society, the citizens' participation in some sense, is extremely critical. The last 1 year of working with Janagraha has reaffirmed that the civil society plays a catalytic role in bringing citizens' participation. You see, the civil society, or in the NGO, some people call, organizations like Janagraha, they are in close proximity with the people. They enjoy the trust of the people. They have more informal access to the people, and that's a strength. We have an elaborate mechanism through which the Election Commission of India ensures that the electoral roll is in good shape. But the contribution of civil society organizations like Janagraha definitely has to be accepted, and it has been a very successful experiment, and the Commission is definitely looking at taking it forward, not only in other urban constituencies in Bangalore, but also in other parts of the country. I would say that the civil society across the country can take a leaf from this collaboration, and if they have anything meaningful to offer in terms of bringing in citizens' participation, it is possible through the hard work, the way Janagraha has done it in Bangalore Shantinagar constituency.
Democracy is about people, and people are the actors of democracy. They are the true actors. And this program is inclusive of the people. So it's not just like a looking down program. It is something where you hold hands and you take everybody along. But that's the beauty about it. And it's simple. It compels us to ask ourselves a simple question about our own right, which is the right to vote. And so it's wonderful. And in fact, the first time I heard, I still remember 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, when Ramesh met me in Bombay, and he said, this is the plan. I said, I heard him out for 45 minutes, and I said, wow, I'm your slave, just say anything, ask me of anything, I'm there. I think India is a young country, and it's like anything young and anybody young, you want to do things, you don't want to talk about them. And this is the energy of the youth which is coming in forefront. My generation and the generation before mine, we've always been complaining. But today when I look at the youth, they are stepping out of their homes, stepping out of their comfort zones, stepping out of their cupboards, and they are here to say that they are responsible for running this country, and they don't want to blame anybody. But at all they have to blame the person they look into the mirror every day in the morning. So I think it's such a wonderful energy. India is like a huge campus right now, when you go to college. So when I get down on the streets, this whole country feels like a college called India. I think Janagraha has in Bangalore has always been in the forefront of change. So they are the change. So they're very quick to recognize the power of the electronic medium and the reach of the electronic medium. And through the electronic medium, if they can further strengthen this partnership with the civil society and urge people to act to make the quality of living better, not just for themselves but for the generations to come, their own children and their own neighborhood and society at large. So I think it's a wonderful program, Ask Janagraha, and it's gonna my best wishes, and I think we should take this opportunity and not let it pass by, and ask Janagraha and keep asking them till you get your answers.